Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Alice. Alice was very curious and loved adventures. One day, while she was sitting under a tree with her sister reading a book, she saw a white rabbit wearing a coat and carrying a pocket watch. The rabbit was talking loudly, saying, I'm late, I'm late." Alice was filled with curiosity, so she got up and followed the rabbit until he entered a small hole under a large tree. Without hesitation, Alice decided to follow him and jumped into the hole. She began to fall and fall, as if the fall would never end, until she found herself in a strange room full of doors. Alice tried to open the doors, but they were all locked, until she saw a small bottle on a table with a label that said, "Drink me." Alice drank a little of the liquid inside the bottle, and she began to shrink until she became very small. Now, she was able to pass through one of the small doors and found herself in a wonderful garden.
The garden was full of talking flowers and strange animals. As she wandered around, she met a laughing cat called the Cheshire Cat. The cat told her about the ruler of this strange land, the evil Queen of Hearts, who ruled the land with an iron fist and ordered the beheading of anyone she didn't like. Alice continued her adventure, meeting a group of bizarre characters such as the Mad Hatter and the March Hare, who invited her to a tea party where all the rules were turned upside down. Then Alice continued her journey until she reached the Queen of Hearts' castle, where a peculiar game of croquet was being played, using hedgehogs as balls and flamingos as mallets. Alice tried to fit in with this strange game, but she soon found herself in a ridiculous trial, accused of stealing one of the Queen's tarts. During the trial, Alice realized that nothing in this world was as it seemed, so she began to argue and defend herself loudly, until she started growing back to her normal size. When she became bigger than everyone else, she shouted, "This is just a dream! I won't continue with this nonsense."
At that moment, Alice woke up to find herself back in the real world, sitting under the tree with her sister, as if everything that had happened was just a dream. But despite that, Alice didn't forget the strange adventures she had in Wonderland, realizing that the world is full of amazing things worth discovering. Alice returned home carrying in her heart an even greater love for adventures and imagination, determined to stay curious and ready to discover all the new and wondrous things in this strange and wonderful world.